What up? So today's video, it's not an unboxing. Uh, I kind of just wanted to talk about my setups, my lineup. Um, cause you know, I've been getting a lot of stuff on here, and I've been like posting unboxing videos, and uh, I feel like showing off what I'm working with. So, um, I guess let's start with my false alarm lineup. So I have 3 setups in my collection, and this is my oldest one that I've had. Then this, and then a few weeks ago I got this one. But yeah, so false alarm has kind of changed my entire outlook on fingerboards because of the wheelbase. Um, these things are long, like incredibly long. Excuse me, sorry. I think this is like a 102, 103 length compared to a saltwater, mind you, Catfish Barbecue, which is the longest one that they make. I think it's 98. But as you can see, false alarm is definitely a long boy. These are long boards, which I thought I wasn't gonna like, but I have 3 setups, and it's completely like that's all I ever want from a setup is like a long wheelbase, and it just feels more realistic. My flip tricks feel better. Tray flips feel great. I don't know how to explain it. It's like something you really need to like actually try for yourself to understand what I'm talking about. But I don't know. It just reminds me of a real skateboard. And I mean, you can kind of tell like the proportions are a lot more realistic of a skateboard compared to like this. To me, this looks like squatty and like fat. Like this is a 34. These are both 32s. I think this one's a 31. It's like slightly thinner than a 32. But this is shorter and it's wider, and it just feels squattier to me. And so false alarm has made me like longer decks, and it's also made me want to switch to 32 millimeter, because I think all around it just feels the best. Because I was on the 34 millimeter boat for like ever, and I don't know, this thing has just like totally changed my outlook. Now, not to say it makes me enjoy other decks less, because that's not true. This is just like something to have in my arsenal that's a little more realistic, and a little more challenging too, because like this thing is flat. These are flat boards. There's like very minimal concave. The kicks are low, but yeah, so this one got the BRTs. This is like the golden combo. Like this is, if you're gonna get one of these boards, either XLs or classics are good on this. I wouldn't go mini wheels on this one, because it's just, I mean, it depends on who you ask, but me personally, I feel like it's just like almost too low when there's 7 millimeter or lower, because of how low the kicks are. The big wheels compensate for it being a little mellower, and I think it feels great. But yeah, Black River trucks are the way to go on these, because usually I would stray away from from Black River trucks on like my Catfish, just because I think I've explained this before, but the trucks go further in towards the middle of the board because of how in the middle of the base plate the axle is. You can kind of see compared to the Dynamic where it's like more towards the edge of the base plate, so that makes the wheelbase feel longer. But with this deck, it feels long either way, and you can kind of get a comfortable combination of tail nose length and where it meets the contact point of your wheel. I don't know if this is making sense or not, but I've put in a lot of thought into all of this, but it's just like the perfect combo. Like, I don't know, these decks are so fun. I have really old matte era OG classics on this one with BRTs, and then same kind of deal as this one going on. XLs, matte era XLs. These are Scott XLs. These are Blems. These are the Salmons with Black River. This is a 36, so this is like a specialty kind of like shaped board. So these are 34 millimeter BRTs. And yeah, I got the XLs on there. These look red on camera, but they're actually like hot pink, which is sick. But yeah, that's the false alarm lineup. Very fun boards. I highly recommend checking him out. He has a new mold coming out soon. It's supposed to be shorter, so it's like I think it's a 98 or 97 millimeter. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But so he's coming out with some new stuff, more streamlined stuff. Excuse me. Man, I'm dying right now. Hold on. I think we're good. So yeah, he's coming out with new stuff soon. Also, stunt collab coming out soon. I don't know when, but I saw something on a story, so that's exciting. I'm from Michigan, by the way, so I'm really I also love supporting local when they're good local too. Like this is a great company. Stunt, obviously local to Michigan, but yeah, so that's False Alarm. Absolutely love this company. Moving on. So these are my two Catfish boards that I have set up at the moment. First off with this one, so this is a 30 millimeter. It's the Teeth graphic, I think. This is such a funny. I just love this graphic. It's like the ice fishing camera kind of vibe, I guess. But yeah, so I accidentally ordered a freshwater mold. I wanted a saltwater mold, but it is what it is. I've had this for like almost a month now, and it feels great. I mean, there are no complaints with Catfish Barbecue. They're like pristine boards. So thought I wasn't gonna like it, but I actually do like it a lot. It's good to have. I feel like with smaller boards, I want a little more control on them, so having the more defined concave and kicks kind of helps with, I don't know, just having more control over the small boards, because like for me, small boards can be a little squirrely. But yeah, so I got the BRTs with Pyro mini bowls. So I do recommend mini bowls with a shape like this or a mold like this, because how high the kicks are, the smaller wheels kind of compensate for it feeling less floaty. Because like if I put big wheels on here, like my tail's gonna it's gonna require so much force to like pop with the tail. So mini wheels are the way to go for me personally with this kind of setup. But yeah, super fun, super. It's just a nice, fun setup to have if you want to like switch it up. Because I know sometimes my usual setups can get a little boring, and if I just want to like change it up for a bit, hop on this one. So great setup, no complaints. And then my other Catfish barbecue, this is technically a 34 millimeter box head. This is the Earl graphic. It says 34 millimeter on their site, but it's actually, it might as well just be a 32, because like I think it's 34 at its widest, but it tapers, so like you can put 32 millimeter trucks on here and it'll feel great. But I have 34 millimeters, which works too. I used to have 36 millimeter trucks on here, which I don't know what was wrong with me with that, but anyway. So yeah, with this deck, I need dynamics on here, because it, again, how far the trucks are pushed outward toward the nose and tail, it makes it feel more snappy. And I think with this mold anyway, it is a little longer, so there is more. The nose is definitely longer, so it doesn't require as much force to pop. And when I used to have BRTs on here, I couldn't get any pop at all because of how the relationship between the trucks and the tail, because of how far in the trucks were. So dynamics are the way to go on Catfish barbecue, personally. Unless it's for saltwater molds. Unless it's for something like this, then you can get away with Black River. I can get away with Black River trucks. And then we got lab wheels on here. If you want a quick review on lab wheels, easily the best wheel you could possibly buy. Like, it's the best wheel on the market. Absolutely. These things are crazy good. This is a newer set that I got. I bought these off of someone from a Discord, but I have these white ones too on my dumb one, which I bought from Guai Guai Chai, because that's like literally the only place you can get them right now. I don't know if they retired this shape or not. I can't remember, unless I'm thinking of something else. But really the only way you can get your hands on these wheels are through like secondhand or Guai Guai Chai, because they do consistent like releases of these, because they're a Russian company, so they're closer to Japan than they are to like the US. And even if you were gonna buy them straight from like lab, they're only coming from Russia. Like, I don't know if there's any distributors in the US who carries these. I could be wrong though. But all that said, these are just very hard to get a hold of if you don't want to wait like 3 weeks for shipping, and kind of a sketchy website. Guai Guai Chai is like, they're reputable, but like something about that website, obviously it's a little different from like what we're used to in the US. But I was like, am I about to like get scammed right now? I didn't. I got the wheels, but that was something I was like kind of straying away from before I bought my first set. But anyway, I'm rambling. This is definitely a flex setup. So is this dumb one. I'll get to that one in a second. Yeah, so great setup. Can't complain. This is like, I think this is closest to a false alarm lengthwise. It's like between a standard length and the false alarm length. But yeah, great setup. I wish the graphic weren't as worn. I bit the bullet and I took the board rail off, and I regret it because I really do like the graphic. But yeah, anyway, that's the setup. Super sick. All of these trucks have either South Soft bushings or slush cool rattlers. kind of have like some Frankenstein bushing setups, because like, I don't know, don't think too hard on bushings. Like, they, most of the time they feel pretty good. Rattlers, Slush Cult Rattlers, once you like break them in, it takes a couple weeks, I think, because they're not soft, but they're not like terribly hard, so like you kind of have to break them in, but like those feel great. Oh, also, I do have some level up bottom bushings on some of these, but whatever, who cares about bushings? Let's move on to this one. So this is my 8 equals D deck, which I actually got for free in a trade from like one of the first trades I've ever done on Discord. So thank you, Luke, I think was his name, for getting me hooked on trading, because like that's all I ever do now. I do it for the free stuff. I'm just kidding. But anyway, this deck is probably the lowest deck I have. I don't know. It might be a contest right now. What are we thinking? Yeah, I think this is lower. Just a tad. But I never really paid attention to 8 equals D until I got this from the trade, and they're a very cool company. They do orders through DM, I think, and they're all paper graphics. And this one's just a really cool one. So this is kind of like my backup, I guess, kind of board, because these trucks, if you can't see, they're like partially sanded down. They used to be white, and I didn't like the paint on them, so I tried using paint thinner, which didn't work, and then I just ended up sanding them, so they look a little ratty. So, which it somehow resulted in them feeling worse. I don't know. It's really weird. They sound hollow. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that, but I do have Joy Cult OG Classics on here. These are Scott's. These are those real wear formula that he had in a drop, like I think it was the Christmas drop, holiday drop. Got these from Discord for a great price. And yeah, I'm a fan of Joy Cult, if you can't already tell. I think I have like 4 sets right now. Mixed Matt Era and Scott Joys, so can't go wrong. These are great. So yeah, that's nothing too special about this one. It's just kind of like my backup. And then finally, this is my dumb one. This is like the ultimate flex deck that I have, I think, right now. This is from the white drop from, I think, a month ago or so. So sick. This is my first and only dumb one that I have right now. This graphic is like nuts. It's so cool. Like, I don't know. This isn't something I've ever seen done on fingerboards. I think this style is getting a little more popular nowadays. Like, you kind of see it on like the Cowply graphics, in Awful fingerboards as well. I think has kind of similar design elements, but this deck is so sick. It's also not as mellow as I was expecting it to be, but it feels oddly low. Like, it doesn't look on camera, I guess it's hard to tell how I'm seeing it, but like there is some concave there, but it doesn't feel like too aggressive, which I was very surprised by. But yeah, got the dynamic special editions, super sick. These feel great. I have South Soft on here. Good response. And then, of course, like I said earlier, the lab wheels, lab raws on here. Just the best. Like, out of the bag, these things just spin for days, which is usually not a good thing if you're like looking at budget wheels, but like these are like the gold standard. I've had these for a month, and they're like, they sound like skate wheels. Like, they're literally like legit. Like, if you were to like take your board, like your real human-sized skateboard, and you spin them, it's like the same thing. Like, it's crazy. They even have like the same shape. Like, this is kind of like a Spitfire conical, and yeah, they're like yellowing. I think when I got these, they were a lot wider, and they're starting to yellow, which is sick, just like real skateboard wheels. So these things are just incredible. Like, you're not gonna find a better skate wheel or fingerboard wheel. These things are elite, and this is like my elite setup. So yeah, that's that. I hope I didn't blabber too much for you guys, but in case you were wondering, that's what I'm working with. I know I'm getting like a lot of stuff with unboxings, and you're like, okay, well, what are you using it? Yeah, I'm using all of it. So that's the setup tour. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, this is just further contributing to me not having a life and investing my money into this stuff. But if you like it, invest in it. That's all I'll say. But anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys later.